Live from The Rock, GameSpot presents the HotSpot. And now here's your host master, Rich Galla.
Hello, everybody. It is Tuesday, November 21st, and that means once again you're listening to GameSpot presents the HotSpot, still your only audio source for all the hot topics from the world of video games. I'm your host, Rich Galla, joined as always by Jeff Gerstmann, senior editor. What up, Jeff?
Yo.
How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good.
Good. Stuff launched.
Yeah.
It happened.
That stuff's out. It's done.
It's done. We have nothing left
What's
to talk
next?
about. Nothing.
PlayStation 4. I hear it's going to be totally awesome.
Yeah, I can't wait. Associate editor Alex Navarro actually has already played the PlayStation 4.
Where am I right now? What's happening?
You're in the future, son.
I'm in the future?
Yeah.
How did I get to the
look?
future?
How's the Madden look on the PlayStation 4?
Kind of like last year's Madden.
Yeah, that's cool.
All right.
That's cool.
And we are joined by news editor Tim Surratt, who is actually at both of the New York launches for the PlayStation 3 and the Wii. Hey, Tim.
Hey, I was also at the Xbox 360 launch. Don't forget about that.
Did that happen this weekend, too?
I don't remember.
Did that happen in the future?
He was at the Xbox 540 launch.
It happens tomorrow.
Really? Yeah.
No, they're skipping ahead to the Xbox 1080.
11/22.
11/22.
That's right.
I remember the tattoo now. That's
Yeah.
right. All right, it happened. The Wii launched.
Yeah,
let's start with that one because that happened more recently.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
We'll go
Yeah.
in backwards, reverse.
It's all kind of a blur to me
Alphabetical.
right now, honestly.
Tim Surratt, you were there. GameSpot Live. We
Yeah.
broadcast the whole thing. Ryan McDonald, Brad Shoemaker, Ricardo Toyos, and you on camera, bringing it to us. What was the Wii launch like?
A lot different from the PlayStation launch.
Well, Tim, I'm not going to shackle you. Let's talk about both of them at the same time then.
Okay.
PlayStation 3 launch happened first.
Let's talk about it in order.
We were going to reverse chronological order because that made the most sense.
It did.
To
you
know
time
And
travelers.
reverse alphabetical.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, all right. So, yeah, first, tell us about the PlayStation 3 launch.
So the first thing we did when we got to New York is we checked out the line. That was obviously the thing we wanted to do, and that was Wednesday night. People were there, and they were ready to brawl.
Really?
They were jockeying for position, and they were excited.
Real rugged crew.
It was definitely a thuggish crew.
Wow.
Man.
And it was about 80% of them were like, oh, we're going to flip it on eBay right away.
Yeah.
What, has anyone done an eBay count lately? Well, the last one I saw was like 16,000.
It got higher than that, but eBay, basically, PlayStation 3s are going for around $1,000, and Wii's are going for around $400 to $500, depending on what you have with them.
Well, I mean, yeah, the demand for the Wii on eBay, I imagine, is not quite as high because you can still go buy those.
And $1,000 isn't nearly as bad as I bet some people are really bummed out because they bought it to flip it and they're like, "What? I'm going to make like
Exactly. We can
$350."
We can thank all the people who flooded eBay for keeping those prices a little more reasonable for people who want a system that way.
Right.
Yeah.
Because they spent 3 days to make a $300 profit.
Nice work.
Way to be.
And they thought they were so smart when they came up with that idea themselves, right? Oops.
The first couple of people to do it, I'm sure, like made much more profit than that, just because they were the first ones to get it on eBay, and everyone gravitated to those. But now, like, if your auction is over like $1,100 or $1,200, like you're getting no action on it. Poor guys. Maybe that will change in a couple weeks come Christmas.
Well, I mean, more systems have started to kind of hit the channel, I guess. Like GameStop and EB are claiming that they have more that they're going to be rolling out to stores soon. So
How many more?
We got like 2 here in a box that
Exactly.
we found underneath this sheet.
Those are all the employee purchases, anyways.
Yeah.
But anyway, so Tim Surratt,
So anyway.
let's keep it. You're in New York.
Yes, they would say like the first 50 people in line were obviously a lot of them wanted to keep the console, and they were a lot friendlier, and they even knew who we were, and they were like, "Hey, what's up?" And we talked to them, and they were cool. And you get a little further down the line, and it was a little sketchier. People playing their PSPs, some people just playing cards, some people just like hiding under a sheet. We saw a fair amount of people who I would say were homeless, and one guy in line told us that some guy hired 6 homeless people to wait in line for them, and then right before 9 o'clock when they let everyone in, he just jumped in line and went home with 6 PS3s.
Nice.
Awesome.
Wow.
And then on Thursday it just started to pour. It was just raining so hard. Like there was puddles like 6 inches deep. The curbs were overflowing.
Oh, man.
This was right before the launch, and like about 2/3 of the line was outside, and the first third was undercover, and it was just shaping up. Like the tension was just, I was scared.
It's palpable. You could
Yes.
cut it with a knife.
People
Yes.
just wanted those PlayStation 3s.
Yes, but right at 9, the rain stopped. Everyone went in, and it was all cool again. It was very weird because I really thought something was going to happen, but I was a little disappointed.
So at 9 o'clock, they just let everyone inside a building or something? Or
they let the first 400 in line to go into the building, and they went through metal detectors to get in, and they let them in about 50 at a time. The first 3 people got a free PS3 and I believe limo service somewhere to their.
They did that at the Metreon too.
Yeah,
but I think it was just the first guy out here got.
They did that
limo
during the PSP launch too.
Yeah, it was the first guy got a limo, and then they gave out gift bags to like the first 50 people or something, and in one of the bags was like a golden ticket.
Golden
that said,
ticket.
So like the 4th guy in line got that, I think, or something. So.
Yeah, ours was the 14th guy, and interestingly enough, he for the 360 launch, he got a free Xbox 360 from TRL. So he's next gen.
That dude is related to someone that is able to get him in on this stuff.
It's Carson Daly's cousin.
So they had such people as the Lara Croft model was there. We saw your interview with her, Tim. I really liked it. Let me recreate it for you. I remember you. Like, I kind of remember you. That's great. Hey, I have a question. Yes. There's no Tomb Raider game for the PlayStation 3. Why are you here? Awkward pause. Because Lara Croft is a global identity. What did she say?
She's trying to mix business with pleasure, and I couldn't have that.
Yeah.
I was there to report.
You were there for all pleasure.
It was pretty funny.
So wait, you got that girl's number?
Up.
No comment.
All right.
It was like, you guys know this is live, right?
Yeah.
Everyone's watching this right now. But there's no breaking news that there's a Tomb Raider game coming to PlayStation 3. Is there?
There isn't.
Yeah.
Though I'm going to break it right here.
Yeah.
There's a Tomb Raider game coming to PlayStation 3.
I can't believe that at all.
I'm going to say Q407, Q208, somewhere in that fiscal window.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever.
Ludacris was there. Charlie Murphy was there and called us GameStop. Sir Howard Stringer was there, CEO of all of Sony.
And he told this joke that just went.
Yeah.
Everyone was like,
he's not funny.
And Kaz was totally jiggy. He was just like, he was warming up the crowd.
Nice.
He was like, PS3. PS3. It was really funny. Never seen him like that.
That guy knows how to work it.
No, I've seen him work a crowd before.
Sony E3 parties. He's always
So
he's always ready to go.
Are you ready for the Beck?
400 people in. Does that mean they only had 400 systems there?
That was the rumor. They guaranteed anyone who was in there who had a bracelet got one. And I was in there and I did not have a bracelet and I did not get one.
Meanwhile, a couple days later, over in Times Square, that was the Wii launch. And what was that all about?
That was, we first walked by, right before we went to the Sony party, we walked by the Times Square, and there were these 2 guys in folding chairs, which was like stark contrast to the 500 people we saw the night before, and they were waiting for the Wii, and it happened to be these 2 guys, and I was like, hey, what are you guys doing? I was like, we're waiting for the Wii. But then it turns out those guys were pro gamers. And Isaiah Triforce Johnson, the guy who ended up
Triforce Johnson!
Triforce! What? He legally changed his middle name to Triforce.
I know.
I can't leave without my buddy Triforce.
And they started there, and we went in front of the Nintendo World Center. That was really cool too. Like, everyone was just like coming up to us and wanted to take pictures and just excited.
Awesome.
It was very different.
So that was like during the PlayStation 3 launch. When the Nintendo Wii launch actually happened, that line grew a little bit.
Yes. That day it ended up going around the block like 5 times. It was crazy. It was just like no one was there, and then everyone and their mothers was there. I guess it's just because they were just like, we don't have to camp out for this because they got 5K.
5,000. Ryan McDonald was telling me about how there were people like camped out at the Nintendo store, which is a couple blocks away from the Toys R Us where they're doing the actual launch event. And they're like, no, we're not sure if we're guaranteed to get one, so we're going to wait at the Nintendo store to get it there when it opens at 8 a.m. on Sunday. Meanwhile, there are 5,000 of them at the Toys R Us event, and everyone got them.
$5,000.
$5,000 of Wii's.
I did hear
that's a lot of
That's
Wii's.
$5,000 of Wii's.
I did hear there was about 1,000 at Nintendo World.
So
that's pretty good.
So everyone got one.
And if you waited, if you had to wait around Times Square, you would have realized why you wouldn't want to stay there, because it sucked. There was just so many people there. All kinds of people from Sweden just walking by.
You think that's a lot? The Toys R Us near my house got 22.
Toodles?
Yeah.
Jeez.
And so...
It's an interesting contrast just between the 2 launch events. Like the PlayStation 3 is a little hip hop.
It was a lot of hip hop.
Like they had that
little bit savage, maybe.
They had that big dude on stage.
Fat Man Scoop.
Who's like, you gotta pay me to talk? I'm gonna eat. Taking like the hors d'oeuvres while he's on stage, and then like meanwhile it's Susie Castillo from TRL apparently, who we didn't really. Did you know who that was?
No, I had no idea who that is.
An MTV woman. She was very nice.
Martha Quinn.
Yes,
cool.
She was very nice. She was their MC. And
DJ Ravi drums.
And that exactly. And then Sony has Ludacris, and Nintendo has some dude with drums and modern dance troupe.
Acrobats.
Well, the West Coast launch wasn't very hip hop at all. They had a band play in front of the Metreon called Angels
Airwaves.
Angels Airwaves. Yeah,
it's some Blink-182 offshoot or one dude from Blink-182's new band or something.
Sure.
So they played, and they had a pretty hefty line there. But yeah, definitely kind of the same vibe from what you're describing. A lot of people looking to sell stuff. Homer ran around and shot a bunch of interviews and stuff. Ran into a couple guys that I had met at After Hours and talked to them for a little while. They're like, "Yeah, I don't need this. I'm selling this damn thing. I got a 360. I don't need one yet." And I was like, "Yeah, okay."
Didn't they also do like some weird stunt at the San Francisco launch where they brought in a bunch of boxes by truck?
They did. Yeah, it was like the whole thing was like at 8:00 the PlayStation 3s are going to arrive in a dramatic show in the back of the Metreon, kind of the entrance that was nearest to the PlayStation store. They had a couple of black trucks pull up, like the black SUVs, real kind of government looking,
awesome,
like the FBI cars in GTA, the trucks. And they had a couple guys in suits with earpieces get out and pretend that they were talking into the earpieces and checking security and all this stuff, and they made us all back up, which was funny. Then amidst all the sirens and stuff, they had a semi pull up, and everyone went nuts. Like everyone online was like, "Yeah,
it's a truck! Yeah, it's a truck! We love trucks!"
And then like out of then another truck pulls up, another one of the FBI style ones pulls up, and Jack Tretton of Sony is in it, and he gets out, and like you hear a handful of people start cheering. Like at no point did they announce who he was or anything like that. And you hear like some people start cheering, which I have to imagine are like Sony employees that were hanging out there or something. And then just like other people started clapping, kind of because they heard people clapping.
Right.
No one knows who Jack Tretton.
I don't even know who Jack Tretton is, really.
He kind of got out of this thing and like waved around and waved his hands and stuff, waved to the crowd, and then people started to give it up for him and all that stuff. And he walked over to the truck, pulled out one of the cardboard boxes, got a box cutter, opened it up, and pulled out the first two PlayStation 2s and held them aloft. And
PlayStation 3s?
No, they were 2s.
Okay.
Yeah. Pulled out a couple of PlayStation 3s, and then the crowd went totally crazy because it was just this guy holding up these two boxes. The truck was like half full, and on top of that,
all the boxes were
empty.
Whoa.
So it was this huge staged thing, which was it came off pretty cool. I mean, the whole launch event thing is a big staged thing, so I don't think it's a big deal that they weren't real. But
Homer was telling me that it seemed like a lot of the people at the San Francisco event, all this like show going on was like kind of torturous to them because they'd been there a while. They were only like a couple hours away from getting this thing. They're all tired. They're all loopy.
Right.
And they really just wanted it all to be over so they could get the system.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden it's like big flashing lights and Party Ben from Live 105 on the party bus playing mashups all night, and it's just like, dude, come on.
Yeah, just
like I was only down there for a couple hours and I was kind of tired of it.
If the party's getting started, why don't they start selling the PS3s then?
Yeah,
like have the party go on while people are getting the system.
Like at some point, it should just be like, all right, there are enough people in line to sell all these things. Let's go. There's just the whole countdown to midnight thing.
So if you're one of the like 50 or so people that left us voicemails from your midnight launch party, and we'll be playing some of them later, like every single phone call to the show this week was from people waiting in line, and there are a lot of really, really good ones.
Cool.
And a lot of really bad cell phone reception, so we won't play any of those. But if you're one of those people and all you did was like hang out in a parking lot, it might have been easier for you than these people who had to sit around and watch Anti-Gravity or Ludacris or Jack Tretton. You just it was about you and the system and your friends.
Yeah, but it was definitely a spectacle, and a lot of people got like there were tons of reporters and stuff down there. Like all the local San Francisco news crews were down there doing live spots and all that. So a lot of people in the background of news events. I think my picture ended up in the paper today or something.
Really?
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Someone was saying
completely unrelated though.
Yeah.
No,
it's a mugshot.
Let's talk
this other thing.
Let's talk about one last aspect of the spectacle that is a launch with these two companies, and that is, how should I say this? Reggie. I'll just put it like, dude is an executive. He is a suit. Obviously, he's making people jealous, like Jack Tretton, who's trying to wave. But like, he's a guy who got to give like the E3 speech a couple years ago, and now has become this weird icon where it's cool for him to sign things.
At the Wii launch, there were kids like throwing their arms up in the air, going, "I love you, Reggie!"
The thing I equate it to is like pro wrestling. As far as like executives go, it doesn't actually matter how good of an executive he is because he has the charisma.
Yeah.
He knows how to talk to people, and he just knows how to hype up a crowd. He is basically like the Jake the Snake Roberts of video game industry executives.
Without the drug addiction later on in his career.
Or maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. We don't know for sure. So.
It is wrestling.
Yeah.
I mean, it is video game consoles. So
Totally.
yeah. It's
Dude has his own T-shirt now.
Does
like,
he really?
that they're selling, I think, at like EB and GameStop.
It's just really weird how these fans just needed an icon to latch onto. Like, why isn't it Miyamoto is the person that everyone is?
Well, they don't trot Miyamoto out all that often anymore, and his involvement in kind of game development stuff, it's like that all happens in Japan. It's kind of out of the public eye. He shows up in waves, and people lose their minds, but he's not like the main face of the company anymore.
He's not really a talker,
And like Ken Kutaragi and Kaz Hirai are like Sony's equivalent of that as far as that goes. But at the same time, I don't think people are gonna like flip out when they see Kaz Hirai. Then they might like shout like a Ridge Racer at him or something.
Yeah, I flip out when I see Kaz Hirai just because I know what a party
entirely
animal he is.
Befuddled by the entire thing. Like the guy, it's not like he's been making video games from day one. Like he used to work for like Johnson & Johnson or something, didn't he?
Yeah. Like
Pizza Hut.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Pizza Hut. He came out. I bet he was good at pizza stuff.
Yeah.
He's just an executive. And
People used to line up to buy pizza from him.
I bet he invented the Hawaiian pizza.
and he's a nice guy, and we've interviewed him several times.
Totally,
and
yeah.
and it's just so weird.
It's just charisma. It's pure charisma.
He doesn't have that much though.
Well, the speech, I think that actually kind of works in his favor, because like the speeches that he's given at E3 press conferences and stuff have been like just awkward enough.
Yeah.
To where he seems like a real person, It's like he's not the super slick executive. He's just like he comes out and says, "My name is Reggie. We're here to kick ass and make video games." Ah! It's not like he's running around like Steve Ballmer or something shouting until he's got sweat stains in his shirt.
Right.
He's a little more low key than that.
That was a pretty good impression.
He's
by
like
the way.
a serious leader who is going to take Nintendo to the promised land, and people want that to happen. And I am Reggie. I have a direction for this company. Come with me with Nintendo.
Exactly.
I am Moses. I'm
and
leading
it's
you through the
totally
desert.
about time that someone did, and it's great to see.
Where was JD Roth? Is basically what I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't.
So they're just going to bring back the Howard and Nestor cartoons, but with Reggie and Nestor. Is that happening?
It was actually Reggie and Howard.
Yeah, pretty much. All right, that's the PlayStation 3 launch, and also we should say that there were also several reports of thieveries going on.
Oh yeah,
during some of the PlayStation 3 launches, which is quite
savagery.
Dude, all kinds of PlayStation 3 drama.
Yeah,
like fools getting shot with BB guns, just people getting jacked for their money, people getting jacked for their systems, like stores getting jacked for their systems.
Scuffles in line because of stores that didn't organize them well.
Right, a guy that bounced his head off a pole because some awesome manager had them run across a parking lot to claim musical chairs to get the systems.
And apparently this all happened in Connecticut.
And a dude got shot, and his last I heard was still in the hospital because he wouldn't give his money to an armed robber in the PS3 line.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
This is the lesson. Don't wait in line for console systems.
I guess. I think this all has to, like, the lesson has to go all the way back to Sony and all the way back to Nintendo. It's like they may not have had incident, but not being able to meet demand, on one hand, yeah, it's like a good-looking bullet point or something. It's like, we sold out in 8 minutes or whatever, but at the same time, like, who wins in this scenario? It's like the people that are eBaying the consoles off. It's like there's not enough demand. The game makers aren't able to sell enough copies of their launch games because there aren't enough consoles out there. It's just this domino effect that's just stupid from top to bottom. And they shouldn't launch systems until they have enough, point blank. They'll sell out of the initial quantity no matter when they launch. It's not like putting it out at Christmas is why they were able to sell 400,000 PS3s or however many. They would have sold that many on day one, any day of the year.
But yeah, I mean, then again, the answer to that always from them is just going to be but Christmas. That's just it. Like, it's just a fiscal thing. They just feel like they have to have it out in that time of the year.
It makes sense because more people buy games, more people are out buying stuff. But you could launch a system in March or August or February or something, and then have a second wave of software ready for Christmas to create a second wave of demand. I mean, there are other ways to do this, and this way is just so messy and just pisses off so many people that either can't get them or have to jump through ridiculous hoops to get them or buy stupid bundles from online retailers to get them.
Or get shot.
Like, straight up, nobody wins in this situation. There's no, like, I walked into a store and bought a PlayStation 3. Oh, I walked into this store and I bought a Wii and got extra controllers and all this stuff. It's not happening. It has not happened yet, and that sucks.
It also would be nice if these stores that allow people to line up outside of them would provide some sort of service where they controlled the order.
Yeah, or how about like a reasonable pre-order program that you line up for the pre-orders and then just come back with a bracelet when they open, not stand in line for 2 days.
Or just
like,
have a phone line with one operator, so people can just sit at home and keep hitting redial, and
right.
and then you get your pre-order number, and then you come in when the store opens. Or
yeah,
People like the reporters showing the lines outside
yeah,
the store.
And that's what it all gets back to is people want hype and media coverage and all this stuff. And I guess to some extent, like, I mean, the PlayStation 3 got a ton of it, both positive and negative. The Wii, I don't think got enough. I did a lot of interviews over the last couple of weeks with mainstream, NPR and news stations and all that stuff. Their first question is like, so, PlayStation 3 and Wii, what's up with that? Which one's better? And it's like, well, you can't even really compare the two. And I would just, get into that and then no more Wii questions. Like, nobody, like, the mainstream media just seems to not even know the Wii existed.
Yeah, I watched a couple of things just on, like, network news here and there about the launches and whatever. And, like, it seemed like all the questions were coming out were, like, PS3 versus 360. And then somewhere toward the end, they're just like, so, hey, what's up with that Wii? And then, like, it would be, like, a minute long of that, and then they just move back to the PS3 or the 360. Like, no one seemed to really kind of want to latch on to that for very long.
You didn't see stories about, the Wii line. Here's all these people lined up to get a Wii. It didn't happen. It's like the line certainly happened, but, like, other than, people like us out there, pounding the pavement and making it happen, nobody else cared. They were like, we got our launch story. Oh, there's another one? Oh, that's cute. All right, we gotta go.
We don't need to show more nerds in line. We already got that one story.
Yeah. There were people walking by the Wii line in Times Square, and they're going, "Oh, what's this for?" And there's like it says Wii all over the side of the building, and people were like, "Oh, it must be for that PlayStation 3."
Right.
Yeah.
One of the reporters that I talked to who will remain nameless.
It wasn't me, was it?
No. Maybe it would. No. I was talking about the PlayStation 3, and then when it got to the point to talk about the other systems, like, so what's up with the... Is it the W2? And
yeah, it's a form you fill out when you get taxes.
And I was like, well, I mean, and I said, like, don't feel bad. The name is completely stupid, and it still is a really stupid name.
Agreed.
But that just goes to show that Nintendo hasn't really been out there kind of doing what they need to do to get people to understand the system exists. And considering all along they've been talking about how they're trying to appeal to this wider audience, that wider audience wants a PlayStation 3, whether they play games or not. So they're interested in buying a console. They're like, I want that thing because it's hard to get. I can't get this Tickle Me Elmo, so maybe I'll just get this PS3. I hear it does awesome stuff.
I hear Reggie's going on Oprah next week.
That would be awesome.
That would not surprise me. I don't know.
I would pay money to watch that.
Dude would jump up on the couch so crazy.
So for those of you who did not get one at launch, a PlayStation 3 or a Wii,
which I think that's all of us, right?
Yeah, none of us got one.
Yeah.
Almost 2 million Wiis in U.S. by year's end.
Nice.
Reggie tells Reuters that 1 million Wiis will be in U.S. by early December and expects an additional million in the country by the second week of January. Who's got more on that for me, or did I just already read the whole story?
I think you basically read the whole story. Yeah.
Okay, so none of us got a Wii. Jeff and I actually almost bailed on this show because we heard a rumor that there's a store nearby that had a couple.
Yeah.
Fortunately, cooler heads prevailed.
Yeah, I got through on the phone, and they were like, no, we might get some tomorrow.
I think the Wiis will be coming out a lot more steady than the PS3s.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
But
definitely.
Totally sold out, though, in our area, at least.
For the time being. I'm thinking that if I go out looking on, like, say, day after Thanksgiving, it should be pretty easy to get around and find one.
Yeah,
what do you think that should be?
You'll have that day off.
Yeah, that'll be good. That'll be
Everyone will
nice.
still be tired.
Yeah, it'll be nice.
It might actually might make some sense because you could see some stores holding on to that stuff until that day because they know that there's going to be ridiculous people in the store.
I just don't want to get headlocked by someone's mom while I'm trying to find one.
I once had to fight my way for some Beanie Babies with some moms. It's not that hard.
That's gross.
they're all talk. My mom let me. My mom used to be an avid Beanie Baby collector and let me skip a school assembly once to go get her some Beanie Babies. So it was like 8:30 in the morning or so at a store, and she told the owner that I would be coming and everything, but there's still like 20 people outside, and it was me and a bunch of more or less soccer moms, and a couple with kids, and
my stepsister was really into Beanie Babies also. Like, she was really into like the whole collector's market for it, like was really paying attention to what sold where. And
my mom to her credit never sold any, just collected them, but I fought through, and I got like the last like Siberian Husky Beanie Baby.
Oh, nice.
And there's a woman there with a couple kids with her.
What was that one's name?
I don't remember. Like Husky or something.
Nice.
Or Juno, or I'm not sure. But either way, she's like, well, you should give that Beanie Baby to me because I have 2 kids. I was like, well, my mom has 3 kids. And one of them was fast enough to beat you, so take that. I kept it.
Nice.
Oh, that's messed
That's
up.
what it's all about. So anyways, that's what I almost felt like it was going to be like when I tried getting a Wii, or what it's going to be like for the next week or so trying to get one.
Yeah,
of
like
things.
when I showed up, like basically I woke up at like 8:30 in the morning. The Toys R Us opened at 10. I figured, whatever. I'll get out of the house by 9, get up there. Toys R Us is supposed to have plenty of these things, right?
5,000 of them.
Billions, right? They're getting 40% of the day one allotment. So I actually figured it wouldn't be much of a problem. I get there, there's like no line in front. I'm like, really? Okay, I guess I could see this happening. There's like a couple guys waiting in their car, and I just figured that they were like the 3 dudes that showed up.
Right.
Get out, and he's like, no, they did like wristbands a little while ago. They only got 22. And I was like, oh, that's
awesome.
Totally unexpected. And he's like, and he was just like, but I might be able to sell you one.
Whoa.
And I was just like, dude, I'm not paying over retail for it. And that pretty much shut up. He's like, oh, okay, then whatever.
My entire philosophy on how I was going to get one just totally went out the window. Like, I've been counting on online. I feel like online retailers have totally abandoned us in this one because you cannot buy a system online anywhere.
If you go to EB or GameStop right now, they're the same site, whatever. But
right.
if you go there, they'd have just like the Wii page, I think, still says console pre-order information. Mm-hmm. Like, they led people to believe that at some point they were going to take actual pre-orders and then just never did.
Yeah, and like Best Buy, you can't get one right now.
Best Buy doesn't even have it in their system anymore.
I went to CompUSA's website. It's like you have to build your own bundle where you have to get the Wii and then 6 of the following 22 items, but you can only select 4 of the 22 because they're all sold out.
Awesome.
Nowhere online can you get one right now, and that really disappoints me. But hopefully we'll be able to, we have so many like dedicated people here who want to get one, that sound will come through like, all right, we got the call. They're down the street. They're in South San Francisco. They're in San Jose.
And then I start punching people here.
Exactly. We will totally film that when that happens.
Yeah.
Sweet.
But I apologize to anyone who thought that it would be easy to get a Wii in the first week.
No, you know what? Nintendo all along, I actually kind of think that maybe they short shipped on day one to create this shortage.
Yeah.
Because look, like all along, like remember that story we did like months ago that we're like, we're already making Wiis.
Yeah.
They've been rolling off factory lines for ages now. All along they said we're gonna have plenty this holiday season, don't worry about it. And then it's like only recently, like the last couple of weeks, maybe like the last month, you have these quotes from Reggie coming out that are just like, you might want to pre-order one.
Yeah.
And it's like, it was real subtle, but it was a very dramatic shift in everything they've been saying all along. And I doubt that has much to do with like them not being able to anticipate demand for the system. So I don't know. I think that maybe they saw that, and I'm just hypothesizing that maybe they saw how much ink the PlayStation 3 was getting over all this stuff, and how everyone expected the PlayStation 3 to be a huge sellout and expected most of this drama.
Right.
And just said, well, we need to create that too. And then they created it.
So good luck to all of us who want to get one of these things. I bought games anyways.
Yeah, me too.
I bought Zelda, and I bought Madden, which felt weird because it was the first time I bought Madden in years.
Yeah.
And I bought the Rayman.
You bought Rayman?
I bought Rayman.
I bought those exact same 3.
All right. Now I have those, but now if online bundles end up being the only way you can get one, I'm totally screwed because I don't want any of the games.
I got Monkey Ball, I got the Rayman, I got Zelda, and I got Trauma Center.
Nice.
I didn't get Trauma Center because I already played it on the DS.
See, I got Trauma Center because I didn't play it on the DS very much, and because I figured that game would just disappear immediately. Like, Atlus is not big on keeping their games on shelves for very long. So
this is true.
It seems like that game will just end up being like the hardest game to find soon, if I had to guess.
That makes sense. What about Rapella's Big Game Fishing?
I haven't even seen it. Like, I went out looking.
World Series of Poker. Haven't found it anywhere yet.
No?
Yeah.
Good luck. Well, so that's the launch drama, and that might continue. We'll see. We'll keep you updated. We still got a couple more shows before we check out for the year.
Yeah.
Should we talk about the actual systems now? Just a little. Just a little bit. And there's like Xbox 360 news here, too, if you believe that.
Weird.
All we care about is the hype, man.
So, instead of buying a Wii, I bought Viva Pinata.
So the Wii's Virtual Console is up and running.
Yeah, it is, virtually.
It's virtually. And it doesn't have all the games that we know about, but it has some of them.
Yeah, and they actually added 2 more games today.
What do they got, Jeff? What's the list?
TurboGrafx hit the service today, so that puts Bonk's Adventure and Bomberman 93.
1993.
Yeah, the naughtiest of all the Bombermans.
Yeah.
And then there's a pretty good assortment of other stuff. You've got F-Zero and Sim City. Those are both up for the SNES. And on the Genesis, you've got Sonic the Hedgehog, Altered Beast. And but the bulk of them are NES games. On the N64, you got Super Mario 64, and that's pretty much it. But then on the NES, you got Mario Brothers, Legend of Zelda, Donkey Kong, Pinball, Soccer, Wario's Woods, Solomon's Key.
I don't know Wario's Woods.
Wario's Woods was like one of the last games that came out for the NES, right?
It might have actually been the very last one that Nintendo put out.
Yeah, so it's like that one's among the last, and then I think Donkey Kong and maybe Mario Brothers are like among the first.
So it's kind of a nice little spread there.
Yeah.
So how are they looking? the virtual console
so far, so
games?
good.
They look accurate. I played a lot of Super Mario 64, and that one, like, it would hitch up, like it would just pause for like a split second from time to time, and that was kind of weird. But it's not weird enough to like get in the way of the action or anything. It's like they're pretty much pixel perfect recreations, emulations of the original game.
F-Zero is still hella fun. Altered Beast still kind of sucks as a Genesis port.
Can you get SimCity for the PC for free? Like, that's got to be like a flash.
You don't have it
this
now.
This is the trick, though.
For the SNES.
Yeah, SimCity for the SNES is actually better than SimCity for the
Game
PC.
is so awesome on the Super Nintendo.
Why?
It had so much more
It's
personality.
totally different. It's totally
The
different.
interface works so much better. Or,
pretty
I don't know, better, but it's great.
Is like the dude who talks to you like more cartoony or something?
Yeah, it's like a
I
professor
remember it.
dude.
I think I have.
And you get like these, like, you can build a zoo and like a mayor's mansion and all sorts of other crazy crap. That game
Mayor's Mansion.
That game was awesome.
Sold. So that's a virtual console that's going on, but not all the Wii channels are there.
No.
That's right.
Tim Surratt, can you tell us a little bit more about that?
I will try.
Do it.
Well, the Wii has all these channels. It has like shop channel, news
Weather and
channel, weather
news, dude.
channel,
It's all about the weather and the news.
weather and the news. Unfortunately,
Those
few
are-
were not ready. I don't know. Are they up yet now?
No, because the Weather Channel's not going to actually hit until December 20th, and the news isn't hitting until January 27th.
That is messed up.
Yeah, so it's
Because there's no news between now and then.
right,
so.
but whatever. I mean,
There's weather.
and it's coming from the Associated Press. So, like, how long does it take to set up an RSS feed and point the Wii at it, or I don't know, whatever. But
Let's just remember, Nintendo hasn't really made a lot of online stuff before.
true.
So
I mean, they're still
probably
using friend codes and all kinds of
The
backwards
forecast
stuff.
channel.
they're still on a 56K modem over there.
It's not the weather channel, it's the forecast channel. That's my bad.
Right.
Will the Wii News channel have some sort of like parental features on it? If there's anything that is not as family friendly as they want the Wii to be, it would be like
Real news.
an AP news feed about
terrorism.
Yeah.
about PlayStation 3 stabbings.
Exactly.
About the Jean Bonnet case or something. Yeah, no, I don't want anybody that on there.
we'll see.
I mean, there is a bunch of parental controls on that system, isn't there? I mean, but it's only for the games.
Not so many. Well, maybe it does have something.
Maybe they're
somewhere.
just
I don't
waiting
know.
until January because that's when the happier news is going to start. coming
Right, so
out.
they'll probably just throw out another update at that point that'll do something.
It'll be the
if they
happy
need
news
to.
feed.
Or maybe it's just going to be the happy news feed regardless.
So what about the Opera browser, by the way? What about the web browser for the Wii? Is that out yet?
No, not available.
When's it coming out?
They don't really say so much on the system itself. They kind of say in the coming weeks, but
But it's free.
Yeah.
Not available, but it's free.
All right. Well, and then we have one last Nintendo Wii story here. There's a report going around from Business Week. Shigeru Miyamoto told them that the original plan was for a $100 Wii.
Damn, that's cheap.
The quote goes, "Our goal was to come up with a machine that moms would want, easy to use, quick to start up, not a huge energy drain, and quiet while it was running. Although we thought a low-cost console would keep moms happy."
Speaking of moms,
All
and
about the
consoles,
moms.
Keeping them happy, $100.
Yeah, easy to use. We've had a little trouble with trying to sync up some of those controllers and stuff, haven't we? I mean, it's been a little bit of a pain with some of that
that's
stuff.
just a matter of like you figuring out how it works, and that's
Yeah.
something that you only have to do once. Considering we have a bunch of Wiis and a bunch of controllers, we're always moving them from one to the other. We have to resync all
multiplayer-
the time. Well, yeah, but you'll sync up all 4 controllers that you have for your Wii and never sync them again. So
that you
know,
spent an extra $180 to get.
right.
provided you could find them, which you can't.
Right.
Yeah, there you
Yeah.
go.
Well, the real reason why I wanted to start, because obviously anyone who makes a console wants a cheaper system.
Yeah.
But the real quote I chose this story for was, "Too many powerful consoles can't coexist. It's like having only ferocious dinosaurs. They might fight and hasten their own extinction," Miyamoto added.
I don't think you delivered that with the right amount of chutzpah.
Ferocious dinosaurs! So you got the Xbox 360-asaurus, you got the PlayStation 3-asaurus, they're carnivores, they're going
PlayStation
at
3
it.
at tops.
3 attops,
Yeah.
they're scrapping at, they're clawing, their big teeth, and then you got the Weeasaur hanging out by the water, just eating plants, eating
Ferocious dinosaurs.
treetops and swamp grass, and just hanging. Just the Weeasaur, and occasionally a PlayStation 3-asaurus or a Xbox 360 tops or whatever will come along and take a couple Wii's out of the herd, but the Weeasaurs go right back to eating the trees.
They will hasten their own extinction.
It's real life Viva Pinata, really.
That's pretty much
Yeah.
what it is. Weeasaurs.
the food chain.
Yeah.
Weeadon.
Science.
Could you imagine, like, if that system had come out for $99,
Dude.
like, how would those games look?
It would be made out of balsa wood.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'd be made out of
Balsa wood,
balsa
duct
wood.
tape, and hope.
And the
It would
controller
be an NES. It would they'd be like,
Yeah.
here you go, it's an NES. It plays old games. Weird, huh?
Yeah.
it'd be something that plugs into the yellow and white port on the front of the TV.
Yeah,
And,
it's shaped like an N64
And it
controller.
comes with swipe cards.
yeah,
Yeah.
That's
right.
what it'd be if it goes $100.
Yeah.
It would still tilt.
Yeah.
Because that's where all the $100 would go.
Exactly.
The tilt
Yeah.
stuff.
No, it's a Genesis controller that when you plug it into a TV, it's got 180 games built right into it. Streets of Rage, Streets of Rage 2, Streets of Rage 2, 2.
As seen on TV.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it would have been. But thankfully, it's a $250
It's not that.
system, and we're all clamoring for one.
Yes, we are.
So that's the Wii. PlayStation 3, one last story about that. Its backward compatibility database is online. What do we know about that, Jeff?
Right around the time of the Japanese launch, they put up a website that detailed some incompatibilities with older PS2 and PS1 games on the PS3, and now the North American version is up. It's basically like they don't provide a list. It's not like they didn't provide a fat list of broken games. Instead, it's a little more sly than that. It's like, type in what game you want to play, and we'll tell you if it works or not.
Nice.
Our UK team entered in, they punched in a few names here and there. Need for Speed Carbon came back with randomly during gameplay, hangs.
Comma. Hangs.
Yeah, randomly during gameplay, comma, hangs. Final Fantasy XI, of course, just like in Japan, doesn't work because the PS2 hard drive is not properly emulated on the PS3 at this point. They say that they're going to do something about that. Okami, the audio stutters during playback. Gran Turismo 4, the title hangs on a black screen at a random time, which makes it sound like that they just took the Japanese database and ran it through Babelfish and spit it out or something. But
there's got to be something amazing on there, and I'm challenging our listeners right now to go to this database and find us something hilarious.
Yeah.
So is that the homework assignment this week?
Sure, we'll make that HotSpot homework, yeah. Look for the GameSpot story, PS3 backward compatibility database online. There's a link that leads you right to it.
yeah.
I do believe Psychonauts was compatible, though. I think I saw that somewhere.
Sony won that race then.
Too bad that's not the good version of
that's it.
Psychonauts.
Yeah.
They won the Psychonauts race. Amazing.
So that list is up there.
Yeah, all right.
Check it out.
Yeah, and it seems like, generally speaking, I mean, they do seem to be doing better than the 360 did because, you know, the bulk of games just kind of work from the look of things. And if there's a couple hundred that don't work, then maybe they can work on fixing those. But if the PS2 is any kind of indication, they're not going to make any changes. It's just like, here it is. Here you go. Well, dude, whatever.
That stuff works.
You should have kept your PS2 if you wanted to play those games. Whatever.
Okay. We just talked about Canada.
Yeah.
Let's
talk. Let's go south of the border, shall we?
Yeah, and let's see if we can get some more hate mail coming in.
All right.
With that setup.
That's not a bad setup. Taco Bell sells Mexican food.
They
dude.
do. Well, oh, yeah. I believe it's Mexican quick service cuisine.
Highly
It's
authentic.
Mexican-American food.
Very
I'm
authentic.
just reading the story here. Talk to the guy who wrote it.
Man, when this came across my desk, I get Google alerts all day. As a news guy, I dropped everything I was doing and just banged this story out. The headline, Taco Bell offers tacos for life for a PS3.
Wow.
Basically what they're doing is they're saying, hey, you got a PS3? Give it to us. We'll give it to charity, and we'll give you 12,500 Taco Bell dollars, which apparently is a lifetime supply.
Whose lifetime?
I'd like to dispute that number because I look.
Are you really going to spend $12,000 at Taco Bell for the rest of your life?
I eat.
If I had it and it was freely available,
Yeah.
Yeah.
If I could just go there and not pay for it, totally. I mean, I eat a fair amount of Taco Bell as it is because it's the closest fast food place to my house. If I had like $12,500 worth of, Taco Bell credit, I'd be dead in a year.
I would spend it all at once.
Yeah.
And then me and Tim work this out. I'm going to craft some sort of like taco launcher and we're going to go skeet shooting and we're going to shoot tacos.
Gorditas.
Yeah.
Here's my question. Are these Taco Bell bucks accepted at Taco Bell KFC joint stores?
Oh, man.
Or like the Taco Bell Pizza Hut combo ones?
I don't care about pizza. I want my burritos and biscuits.
So you just want to like put fried chicken in a burrito?
I want the double decker taco, and I want my biscuits with the fake honey sauce on it.
Yeah.
12.5 in biscuits goes a long way.
That's what I'm saying.
Dude, 12.5 in mashed potatoes.
I could do that.
Famous bowls?
I go swimming in mashed potatoes.
Has anyone
again?
Tim Surratt, is there any word on anyone taking them up on this deal?
In the comments section, there were like 5 people who said like they already did it or they tried.
Yeah.
And then I talked to whoever was doing PR for this whole thing, and they said, I'm going to get to interview whoever wins, which I'm very excited for.
Very cool.
I cannot wait for you to do that.
Yes.
We need to send a crew out there and hang out with whoever has all this Taco Bell money, and we need to get them to buy some.
We're gonna have to because
tacos.
they're not going to be mobile. They're not going to be able to come to us. They're going to be on a couch. They're going to have a washing stick.
They're going to be in a wheelbarrow.
Did you mention it's all for charity, by the way?
It's all for charity, but that's not the
Morbid
important part.
obesity for charity. All right.
Taco Bell, I'll pay you double if you just drive them over here. If you could just,
If you could just put them under the flaps and just gotta let me absorb the tacos.
Does that all come on like a card, or is it like actual currency? I want to know.
It's just like a fat sheaf, like what you get if the Warriors score 100 points. They just give you one of those.
I would like to be bathed in taco sauce.
Foul, dude. Foul. Totally foul. So that's the stories.
if I were to give you 500 of these, could you bring back the Mexi Melt the way you used to make it?
What would it take to get the bacon menu back?
Bring back the bacon menu.
Bacon soft taco.
Oh, you guys,
bacon menu! Damn it! I'm all pissed.
you guys have problems,
Dude, I know.
Yeah. Next email, Jeff.
Trevor writes in and says, first off, you guys need to get a bigger voicemail box. I tried calling, but it was full, and now I have to write out this bloody email.
Oh, sorry, Trevor.
There was no blood on this email.
Sorry, Trevor.
Basically, my question is, where have all the Wii's gone?
Oh?
Is it just my area? Because I got up this morning thinking I'd be able to get one, no problem. Walked in about a half hour after opening, and they were all gone.
No Wii's in your area.
Yeah, tried a few other stores in the area, and then decided to let his fingers do the walking, but to no available.
Did you say let the fingers do the walking?
He did.
That's
He
great.
did.
That's great.
But to no avail. No one has any in stock. What happened? Did 4 million all go that fast? Was Nintendo lying about the numbers? Or am I just looking in the wrong place? Where should I go to get one? You might just want to tell me about that one personally.
I think we talked about this a little bit, how we think they might have held back some of that initial launch or whatever.
Well, it wasn't 4 million on day one.
Right.
It was never intended to be.
4 million worldwide by the end of the
Yeah.
year.
Although 2 million in the U.S. by the second week in January.
Second week.
So yeah, I guess our advice continues to be keep checking back with your local retailers.
And
That's pretty much what we're doing.
I believe it's also 6 million by the time the Halo 3 beta comes out.
Just keep, just keep calling and annoying your retailers, and they'll call.
You won't be the only one, man. I
Yeah.
was trying to get through to a couple of EBs today because they were the ones that were rumored to have Wii's in stock, and it took me like 20 tries to get through.
Like, they
The
answer
lines
the
were
phone
busy.
anyway.
Yeah.
They finally did. Like I was getting a fax line for a long time.
Awesome.
And then finally someone picked it up.
They don't pick up if you want just to know if like a game is there.
They're very good at answering the phone there.
Stick it out, and if you bug the retailers enough, the retailers bug Nintendo, and then more Wii's will come, or just everyone will get really upset, and the true holiday spirit will be lost on us all.
What holiday?
What?
Yes, it's coming. Is that it for emails?
That's it for emails.
Those are good emails. Send us more emails. hotspot@gamespot.com, or leave us a voicemail. 1-877-506-8324 is the toll-free number you can call us at.
What?
1-877-506-8324.
Thank you.
Toll free?
Toll free. It's free.
Does that
for
spell anything?
some people? I'm not sure
In
how
the
it
US
works.
it is.
In the U.S., local rates may apply around the world. I'm not sure how it works, but you can call us.
Yeah.
Arizona excluded.
That's why we have the email address, though, in case you don't want to call us. You can write
Right.
us. And as I said earlier, all of our phone calls are from people waiting in line.
Okay.
Almost all the calls we have are from people waiting in line, because we have a couple of calls from people who are already out of line. And let's hear from them first.
Hey, what up, guys? This is Joe from Cincy. Actually, I wrote in a few months back and talked about how I have a special connection, and now I plan on getting a PS3 at launch, and I was going to sell it on eBay, and I was asking what a good buy-it-now price would be. And I asked $2,000, and everyone agreed $2,000, and then you called me a bunch of nasty names and almost hurt my feelings, but then I remembered that I was going to be getting a PS3 and making more money than you, and I was like, yeah. Well, anyways, it is Thursday, and I'm heading to work. I'm in traffic, and tonight I am going to wait in line, try to get my second PS3, but tomorrow morning I'm going to get a PS3, the one that I pre-ordered, and I'm going to sell it on eBay. And with Sony's manufacturing problems, and they keep cutting the number of consoles that they're going to release, do you think I can get more than $3,000 now? Because I'm seeing them starting to go for higher prices on even pre-orders. Maybe $3,000, $4,000 is a buy it now? What do you think? Let me know. And my gamer tag is Canadian Geese. Honk honk, bitches.
Whoa.
Word! We already got the Canadian dig back at us. There it is, right there.
Except that he's not from
It's Joe from
Canada.
Cincinnati. Remember we made fun of Joe because he asked us for advice on eBaying
Yeah.
a PlayStation 3,
Yeah.
and now he's all talking about $2,000 for buy it now.
Well, hopefully, for Joe's sake, that he got it up there early because
You're
with
not
the way
gonna
prices
be
are
able-
going
you ain't
now,
getting anything
$2,000 is
close
kind of
to that.
steep.
Like you put buy it now, maybe like $1,200 right now.
Yeah,
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. It depends what you're offering with it.
I was
Maybe if you're-
looking at listings right before I came up here, and they were like 900, 900,000. Those were the top bids with like a minute left.
Yep. Not $900,000, but 900 or
Yes.
1,000.
Maybe, man, I got to get one of these.
Maybe.
That's the market leveling out.
See, that almost seems reasonable. Like that almost seems like it's entering the area where I would consider getting one off eBay.
Depends. 20 gig, 60 gig games.
Well, I'm not getting no 20.
The question is also how many adult photographs are being included with the system.
Right.
But it's interesting to see how the market works like that. Like, if you just wanted to sit on eBay and hit reload, I've been doing that a lot to see what prices are going. But they've definitely leveled off. The only thing that will make them go back up is increased demand. And what increases demand? Maybe there'll be a whole bunch of people that go try buying one this weekend during, Black Friday or whatever, the holiday shopping weekend hell that is after Thanksgiving. And they'll all of a sudden realize there aren't any PlayStation 3s left. And so then they'll go to eBay. So maybe there'll be another spike then. Maybe there'll be another spike as it gets closer to Christmas and people really want them.
Or maybe Sony really will crank out enough to get onto shelves in some kind of steady supply like they say they're going to, and they'll fulfill enough of that demand to make the prices drop even lower.
Yeah. So it's really how much money you're willing to get on it. Obviously, if you have a special connection like Joe, you probably didn't put as much effort into it as someone who camped out 3 days just to sell it so they can make $100 per day they slept in the same clothes in a line outside a store. But sorry we called you names, Joe.
Dirtbag. Cincinnati.
All right, next call.
GameSpot.com. This is Jason from Texas, man. It's 8:20 in the morning, and I am now officially the owner of 4 PlayStation 3s.
Whoa.
That's a lot of PlayStation. I
Dude,
think that PlayStation 12, if I stack them all together, I don't know. Anyways, I just wanted to let you know that I have these, and I'll sell them to you if you need one. So I was in line at Walmart for 27 hours, and we were, getting attacked by airplanes and gangsters with bass in their boombox trunk things, and that was kind of scary.
Yeah.
There was 12 of us in line. I was number 5. My wife was number 6. We got 2 of those there. I got a Toys R Us pre-order. Pick that up. GameStop pre-order. Pick that up. I have one of my Walmarts already online auctioning. It's got $1,000 on it. I'm trying to go low. Their starting bids are crazy, like $5,000, $7,000, $10,000, and the whole auction thing is way out of control. I'm looking to just pay for my PlayStation 3 with these other 3 PlayStation 3s. I want to get the word out. Let's be cool with the auction. It's not printing money. It's a PlayStation. Do we need to start the starting bid at $25,000? Are you going to pay off your car with a PlayStation 3? Just be cool. These people want to play games too. So, I started my bid out at $700. It's already up to $1,000. I feel kind of bad. The next one, I'm actually going to start it at $600. Let's be nice to the eBay suckers. Anyways, I'll talk about this on your show. This really long voicemail, you probably won't play it. Maybe you will, and then I'll be famous, and people will be, looking out for my auction. I'm not going to give out my name on eBay because then, people will, mail bomb me and stuff. But my GameStop forum account name is blah, because I don't have one. But I'll make one for you guys, and I'll send you love letters with lots of X's and O's until my keyboard breaks. All right? Love you guys. Bye.
So there it is, from the trenches, from the actual eBay demon himself, Jason. He's got 4 of them, but he's doing it for the people.
Right.
I'm calling BS on one aspect of his story there.
Oh?
That dude ain't got no wife. That ain't happening.
Nice.
No.
I would consider giving Jason $700 or $800 for the PlayStation 3.
Where's Jason? Contact Jeff. Jeff, how can he find you?
On the internet.
On the internet. Look for
look
Jeff
me
on
up,
the internet.
Look me up on the internet. Just look for Jeff. You'll find me.
It's kind of that seems like a smart way to do it, I guess, is you're using these PlayStation 3s to pay for a PlayStation 3. But
yeah, I guess that's somewhat reasonable and enterprising of him or whatever. But yeah, totally right. I think the reason you saw a lot of those prices get up that high is because you had a lot of people that didn't really know what a PlayStation 3 was. Just getting into it. Just like, some 45-year-old guy that never played a video game in his life, got his day off from the sanitation engineering plant, and like, I'm waiting in line for this here PlayStation.
Or they're personal assistants for executives who want a PlayStation 3 for their kids for Christmas and are told to use the company credit card and spare no expense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or, Hollywood
Yeah, no, I mean the people putting them up on auction or people taking days off work. And
I thought you mean the people paying.
No, the people buying them. Yeah, those
Yeah.
are definitely like the
Young Hollywood is buying a lot of PS3s
Hollywood.
on eBay.
That's right.
Like,
Totally.
Judd Nelson,
he's got one. Emilio Estevez is looking to get a few.
Judge Reinhold.
Ali Sheedy is trading her robot for a couple
Corey
of PlayStation
Haim, but
3s.
not Corey Feldman.
No, not Corey Feldman.
Corey Feldman waited in line for one.
Yeah.
So those are the calls from some PlayStation 3 guys, and actually we got calls from other people waiting in line for PlayStation 3s, including let's see, Drew from Texas, Dylan in upstate New York, and Corey. A whole bunch of other people whose names kept cutting out, so we couldn't hear them. But the report basically is that most of the people in line for PlayStation 3 were planning on putting on eBay. Meanwhile, most of the people calling in from Wii lines were planning on keeping them.
Well, yeah, because you're not going to get as much for them on eBay.
Yeah,
as the
exactly.
demand
It's like you're not
is.
going to be able to demand $1,000 for a Wii. That's ridiculous.
Yet.
Whatever. Never.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we also have some calls from people waiting in line. They're giving us updates. Remember, like we had that call from John in Indiana telling us about his trip to go pre-order a PlayStation 3. Or
I wonder if he got his system.
Maybe we should find out. But we also got calls from people waiting in line. Let's hear some.
This is Joel out at San Angelo, Texas, waiting in line for a Wii. It's about 1:15, maybe 1:20 in the morning. We've had some odd stuff going on. There's actually a guy who just drove by about a minute ago with a cap gun, those little toys that you pull the trigger and a little charge of gunpowder goes off. And he just drove by and just fired off 7 or 8. I guess they'd be rounds, but not really. Literally just driving by, hanging the gun out the window, pointing it at us, and pop, 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 pop. And I think that's actually the second time he's been by, but everybody else is kind of okay. Everybody in the line's just chilling, especially since it's 37 degrees out here. I'll call back later if anything else happens.
Drive-by cappings, man.
Yeah.
I love how you hear sirens in the background of his call.
It's dangerous out there in line.
Right.
Yeah.
Straight off the streets.
So,
Actually
lesson,
busting caps.
lesson for all,
Yeah.
don't live in Texas.
I've been to San Angelo, Texas, actually.
How is it?
I think they have an international house of pancakes. and
All
stuff.
right.
All right, well then,
I
okay,
like
San
the
Angelo
pancakes.
place is all right.
We also got 5 phone calls, I think, from Marty Hess. He's in Macedonia, Ohio. And he called us a whole bunch of times, gave us updates all throughout the night, leading up till 4:15 in the morning. He never called us again after that. But I'm just going to pick one of his calls at random, and we'll see how it sounds.
Okay.
All right.
This is Marty Hess reporting from the Best Buy in Macedonia, Ohio. It is approximately 9:52 p.m. This is for the Nintendo Wii launch. There are about 20 or so people waiting in line already. The store has confirmed that they are only getting 45 units. Nothing bad has happened yet. We've had a few questions about the PS3 line, and we said no, this is the Tickle Me Elmo line, and we found that quite humorous. Also, we had someone come in earlier, circling the parking lot, singing to us Aladdin's A Whole New World. Nothing else to report as of this time. I will call back with more details.
It is a whole new world, Marty.
Yeah.
A whole new world. It's the current gen.
The current generation is here.
Yeah. Yeah. Marty's calls go on to tell us about the people returning with more singing, boozery going on.
People coming by trying to sell systems they'd bought elsewhere, like midnight launches,
and
for ridiculous money.
That's the word from the front lines.
Well, thank you, Marty.
Yeah, I think they call that citizen journalism.
Is it?
I don't know. Maybe.
Sure. You better patent that.
Patent pen.
Trademark.
So does that fall under the blogosphere or not?
Oh, I hate you.
It's the phone call-osphere.
Okay.
We got to take one last call while we're here, just so we can prove that there are all these awesome people in the HotSpot audience who camped out after they've been there for 4 or 5 hours and had nothing left to do. All right, we'll call the HotSpot.
We've already proven that this is the longest hotspot ever.
We need. Well, why we need one more call is because we got 2 guys calling in from New Hampshire, so I got to play. All
right. Okay.
See, you can save this for the next console launch and listen to it while you're waiting in line.
Exactly. Perfect. All right. Last call.
Hey, HotSpot. This is Mayor at West 25 calling in. I am from New Hampshire. We are in the Wii line. At
Yes!
Best Buy. There are maybe about 50 people here. It's,
they have electricity in New Hampshire?
Supposed to get down into the lower 30s tonight. This New England weather.
It's very authentic sounding.
Yes.
This dude's lying. He's coming from Reno.
0 sleeping bags, though, so we should be good. Well, we just found out that Best Buy will have 102 Wii's, so we probably didn't need to do this at all. We did anyways, because we're crazy like that, because we're from New Hampshire. Rich would attest to that.
I agree.
He's lying.
So I will not talk to you later. But you know what I was wondering? I was wondering if we play would ever come over here, because I know it's going to be out in Europe and Japan, but I want to play it. And I mean, how can you go wrong with neon air hockey? Looks pretty crazy. All right, bye.
So this call is especially good because his friend also called right before him, and we're using this call because he mentioned neon air hockey. But
Right.
So Tim from New Hampshire gets no love on this, but whoever this guy was with the garbled name, I'm not sure who he is, but
He's a dude.
Tim.
same line.
Dissing Tim.
So yeah, he actually had a question in there. We play. It's one of the demos we talked about last week on the show. Is it coming to North America?
Yes.
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 Awesome.
I'm saying no.
No, it is. It is.
No,
Yes.
it's yes.
Tim Surratt broke that.
I just
during,
wanna
like
be-
the Wii launch.
I did.
I just want to be contrary.
Yeah, Reggie told us about it personally, actually, on a little interview. It's coming same. I think it's the same version as the UK, so it comes bundled with a remote and all those fun little mini games.
Nice.
I think it should have been with launch, anyways.
Yeah.
Any reasons why? Can you think of any?
So they can sell more controllers later.
Yeah, maybe. No, I don't, it's probably has something to do with like they already have Wii Sports. It's like they don't want to overload people with that brand of crazy
Mini games.
stuff.
All right.
I'm still saying no.
Good.
Yeah. There's our phone calls. We'd like to thank everyone who thought of us while they were freezing in their sleeping bags overnight.
We were all either asleep or writing reviews.
If
Yeah.
they were thinking
Or-
of us,
yeah.
they weren't cold.
They're Sub-Zero. Oh, I get it. Yeah,
I
that's
stopped
good.
writing reviews around 2:30 in the morning our time. So
A lot of these calls came like right around the midnight hour,
Yeah.
and that's like after that you can tell it's when people just start powering through. Like you got to pretend like the time is
Yeah.
going by quickly. You just got to rock in place or take a nap or no contact with the outside world. Just get it done. And congratulations to everyone who fought through it and found themselves with a console or four,
Right.
or if you're Joe from Cincinnati with his eBay. I don't even know why I'm getting on his case. Like
Yeah,
that.
Joe from Cincinnati.
Thank you.
yeah.
So
Way to
that's-
be from Ohio.
That's our
Yeah,
that's our
natty.
phone calls. You want to give us one? It's 1-877-506-8324.
That is 100% true.
1-877-506-8324.
You
Give us
were
a
lying
call.
that time.
The email address is hotspot@gamespot.com.
Accurate.
Test me on that one.
No.
Should we recap real quick?
Sure.
All right. So it happened last week. The PlayStation 3 launched. We were there live in New York City, right, Tim Surratt?
I wouldn't say we were.
It was hip hop.
Oh, so what? You're special now? That's
Yes.
what it is.
It was
All right.
hip hop. Meanwhile, a couple days later, the Wii launched also in New York. It was not hip hop.
It was less hip hop.
It was much less hip hop.
E for everyone.
E for E40.
Meanwhile, over here in San Francisco, there's a PlayStation 3 launch here.
There was.
Empty boxes and Jack Trenton wishing he had the same pull as Peter Moore and Reggie Fils-Aimé.
I was running around shaking hands, smiling.
Yeah.
Fils-Aimé is fun to say.
We got a lot of phone calls from people waiting in line. We did not get phone calls from people who got jacked in line, and that unfortunately happened.
Yeah.
And we blame
They didn't have phones.
we blame society.
They were too busy bleeding on the street, apparently.
We blame
society. There's supposed to be 2 million Wiis in the U.S. by year's end. Also supposed to be shipments of PlayStation 3s coming in.
Okay.
So keep your eyes peeled. Keep that phone off the hook.
Virtual console up and running.
Bonk and Bomberman.
Solomon's Key.
Solomon's Key.
I don't know that one either.
Dude, Tecmo Classic.
My bad. Some Wii channels though. No checking the weather. You can't check the weather until December 20th.
I'm holding off until they
cold,
add
though.
a traffic channel so I can get my traffic and weather together.
That'd be pretty good.
That'd be
Traffic
nice.
on the threes.
15 after the hour.
All right. Also, the Wiiasaur was supposed to be $100, so it could there'd be more of them to stave off the PlayStation 3 tops and the Terra DAC to 360.
Yeah, the $100 Wii is called a Virtual Boy. Be thankful that didn't happen.
Yeah.
PlayStation 3 backwards compatibility database is online. Type in something funny and send it to us.
Please.
Gears of War is now the #1 spot on Xbox Live to find annoying people yelling at you.
Good.
Although maybe the Halo 2, are the really hardcore now, and now it's like extra annoying to play Halo 2.
Yeah, probably.
We'll find out.
No, we won't.
Okay, we'll
I'm
find
not,
out.
I'm not going to play any Halo 2.
No.
I'm done.
I don't even own that game. Halo 3, though, multiplayer public beta, spring 2007. It's a huge announcement. It's huge.
Watch for it.
Gigantic.
We don't really have the same enthusiasm for it as we did like 20 minutes ago when we last talked about it.
Lots happened since then.
It's true. Like Canada's throwing money around for people to make games.
Yeah, it's
Which is
Canadian.
nice.
It's Canadian money, though.
And Taco Bell is apparently giving someone, and they may have already given it, $12,500 Taco Bell dollars for a PlayStation 3, which will then go to charity. Remember when they had the thing in the ocean for Muir to hit it?
What?
If like Space Station Muir hit like this floating thing in the ocean when it crashed to the Earth, like everyone would have gotten free tacos.
Oh, yeah,
I do.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Wow. Yeah, you kind of dated yourself with that one, but all right.
That was a good. Well, I know because it was a Trivia Pursuit question over
Yeah.
the weekend, and I got it right.
Nice.
Thanks. But yeah, that was a good promo.
That was
I
fantastic.
don't mind that one.
Unfortunately, it didn't work out so well, and we didn't get tacos.
You want to go get some biscuits?
Dude, yes.
All right, let's get out here and get some biscuits.
All right.
Tim Surratt, Alex Navarro, thanks for coming by.
No
Thank
problem,
you.
man.
We'd like Jeff Gerstmann. I guess I should thank you as well. Good work, buddy.
Whatever. I just show up, dude.
Let's go call some stores and find some Wiis.
Yeah.
And some
Come on.
biscuits.
Let's find some rockets.
trying to find some Wii's.
Yeah, we like to thank all of you for listening.
PlayStation 3 was the homecoming queen.
Womack, I should have known it was you.
You piece of Wii.
It's not mine.
Neither is this.
We gotta stop. We'd like to thank all of you for listening and everyone for calling when they're waiting in line.
PlayStation
for their new
3
system.
is super freak, actually.
Yeah, and we're getting out of here. Thanks for listening. I'm Rich Gallup. We'll catch you next week on the Hotspot. Happy Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving.
No, I liked it when he said Thanksgiving.
Hey.
Welcome to the Wii. For more on these or other stories from the world of video games, check out GameSpot.com.